Isn't it ridiculous?
It is.
It's too
and
much
actually,
fun.
I remember it
much fun.
as you're talking and realizing how connected you are to all these different things and people.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to expect. I know what I was thinking and feeling earlier. I felt like I'm out of my element here.
You're right.
No, you're actually.
No, I'm just kidding.
You're
Yeah.
actually
I'm
not.
like,
You're
I'm like, wow. I'm
You're
like,
in
really?
it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
that's
in the
the
element. Yes,
you are
yes.
actually
Yeah, I'm in the element.
because
And-
somebody's always having
Yeah.
an experience that or gear that you don't have.
Right.
I do know, and I appreciate what you're saying. And hey, I'm from a village in Ireland. I live in a place right now that's similar to home. So I guess, just mindset and being positive and wishing about gear and well, yeah, I worked hard and I was conservative with my money mostly.
You're very intentional, and that's
Yeah.
a common thread with every guest we've had on. You don't get involved with the music industry and be successful at making money in it unless you're very intentional. You've sacrificed a lot, and you've been hyper focused on where you want to go.
Yeah.
Like even when you're talking to different work, and you decided what kind of life you want. What do you want to focus on? I want to focus on family. I want to be here. It's all decision. It's an incredible decision.
And you can't do it all. You can't own it all. Where would you put it? I do wonder that. But
we ran out of room.
Yeah.
We probably only
You're
have like
stuffed.
30 drum sets.
I'll
here.
just
We're
have to
already
buy
out of
2
room.
kits on the way out the
All
door,
right,
and
right. I think
make
you
it.
need that Power V.
If it was black, I'd be leaving with it.
I know it. I know it.
We have some spray paint out back.
Spray paint it up. No, but let's dive into some gear talk. So Sean and I decided to make our own Hall of Fame because everyone has their own. All these phony award shows kind of inspired us to be like, okay.
And we
so
believe it's true.
We
And
believe it's true. We said it's a
convinced
thing.
there's a committee. We're like, wait a second. We can have a Hall of Fame. We're the committee. We're the deciders. Let's do it.
It's a
awesome.
group of people with an opinion.
Yeah.
We are the committee. I
That's
love
it.
that.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it.
your
We
world,
are the
man.
board of directors. I always joke. I'll check with the committee. I'll check with the board of directors. I'll check with the powers that be.
That's funny.
We're the powers that be. We're
That's
the
what-
decision makers.
That's us.
We-
Well, I'll get back to you. Let
Yeah.
me check with management.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean.
Turn around. Yeah.
You're
Turn
an
around.
island. You're an island.
We're an island.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
So,
funny.
but we like to talk about gear and highlight some things. So this some of these have been new products that we think are game changers and awesome concepts. Some of them have been tried and true things. This one is more of the latter. So we are going to induct our 13th inductee into the Hall of Fame today.
Okay.
Thank you for the drum roll. 13th inductee into the Drum Key Hall of Fame is the Tama Iron Cobra. And Iron Cobra spans a lot of different things. Most folks think of the pedal, of course. You can get a matching hi-hat stand. You can get a remote hi-hat stand. You can get all sorts of stuff. Now there's Iron Cobra 200 through 900, which is technically flagship. But Sean brought his dirty old Iron Cobra.
Well,
Sean,
this
is
was
this
in my
your
car.
pedal? Is this your pedal?
This is my pedal, and I do have a story
We have to
behind this
talk.
too. Now, I've been at this a long time here at Drums Etc., and I've sold many Iron Cobras, and this was always my go-to pedal too. And the story behind this was I've had this pedal for 24 years. I bought this in the year 2000 at the Drums Etc. Queen Street location, which was in downtown Lancaster. I was taking lessons down there at the time. I didn't work there then, but I was going in. I was a youngster.
Some
and,
punk kid. Needs a
And I
pedal.
went in first. I wanted to upgrade my drum pedal, and I got a Pearl Eliminator drum pedal, right? They had just come out with the Eliminator, and I had a Pearl Export drum set.
First gen.
So I was one of those guys.
I
and I'm
remember
like,
those.
I need a Pearl. They came out with the flagship pedal, Pearl Eliminator. I'm like, oh, cool. I got the belt drive, right? So I got it home, and I broke it. I broke the belt, right? So it's so new, they didn't have the replacement parts for these belts. So they had to order one in. Now, I'm calling the shop all the time, like, where is it? Where is it? Finally, I brought my pedal in, or they told me to bring it in. They just robbed one off of another pedal, put it on for me.
There's some Drums Etc. service for
Yep,
you, man.
they put it on for me. I broke it again. I broke it at a gig up the street at Giprock, which we were talking about, that little club.
Did you
I
have a
broke it-
drum tech that was there
No.
with the second pedal? Oh.
But I borrowed another drummer's pedal, and it sucked. So then I brought the pedal back. I'm like, I don't want this anymore. And I remember Rick telling me, like, he came out and said, okay, fine, because it broke twice, and now it's been a month, you know? He's like, pick out any pedal you want. And then I picked out Iron Cobra, and this is my go-to pedal now. I mean, not now, but always has been. It's my go-to pedal to sell someone if they want a quality pedal. And this thing has been around. It's been through many different incarnations, but it still kind of looks like this. But the newer ones are a little more slick, and they've had some upgrades where it's easier to fix and repair all the parts, because everything on this pedal is fixable, repairable, replaceable, right down to like the hoop clamp assembly and the very pitch beater holder and the
Chain,
the
everything,
chain, that's the
everything.
power
We sell
glide.
all those parts.
We sell all these parts, and
Yeah.
this is a solid pedal, and it disattaches very easily, fits right in my case, and this has been with me since the year
Yeah.
2000.
Don't let Aaron hear it squeak.
Yeah,
Yeah, Juicy.
a little bit.
It's not too bad.
It's a little loose.
It needs attention for sure.
It
It
needs-
does.
it needs a
I
little
think-
love.
I think
mean,
it needs a new
I'm,
spring.
you know, I'm shifting around.
It's a
here.
little ratty.
Look at
Oh,
him. He's squirming.
I'm like,
He's squirming.
I want
over
to
here.
take it.
He's
You
like,
want to
look
take
at
it and
that
fix it up
dust.
for me?
I just want to take it and put it on the bench and tear it down. And,
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clean it all up.
Look at that
Yeah.
sucker.
Rebuild it.
Yeah.
Well, but that's, I mean, there's also a testament to, you're out there doing it, and gear does take a beating when it's out there.
This
you
is the
know?
stuff you don't see.
Yeah.
You don't see it. If you're at home, it'll be a bit of carpet, it'll be sticks and stuff, and that'll be it. But when you're out doing stuff, it's getting stuff from the outside on your shoe.
Yeah,
It's getting stuff that's already
a
on
little
the
Velcro on the bottom.
on the stage. They
Yeah.
go through a lot, and it's taking your weight. The Iron Cobras were, I had a '93 Iron Cobra
Silver.
single pedal, the original one.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I got the Letterman kit, actually it happened to come with it, and
So what's this Letterman kit you keep talking about?
well, when I teched with Stuart on the Letterman show, he used the Tama Star Classic that was custom made, and then I got to acquire it,
Wow.
which was amazing. Yeah, and he actually used my double Iron Cobra on that show and all my hardware
That's cool.
Wow.
and snare, yeah, and
That's pretty
the
cool.
shells, yeah, and then Peisty provided all the cymbals, which I also acquired, which was pretty amazing. So it's just a
Yeah.
crazy, amazing experience. Myself and
Yeah,
Jeff Seitz,
absolutely.
Jeff being his number one guy, and he led the charge, and we opened the kit the night before. I brought all my hardware, including the double pedal, in a case like that for Stuart to use, and he did sound check with it, and he loved the whole thing, and he's a Tama guy over
Yeah.
40 years.
For sure.
He's one of the
There's-
first too.
Yeah,
Like,
one of the first.
Yeah.
Simon. Yeah. So he used my double Iron Cobra for that performance, and it did the job. You
That's
know.
rad.
That's great.
Yeah,
Iron
it's
Cobra
great.
on the stage.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, just because you mentioned Stuart again. Let's talk about Stuart Copeland's snare sound. You've had direct experience with it. How much of it is where how the drums tuned, what it's made of, how he hits, his stroke. How
Yeah.
much of it is, what where do the sliders go as far as how much of Stuart's sound is Stuart versus that drum?
It's all of those things. Stuart's in fader 1, snare is in fader 2, head tuning, little bit of positioning, how he holds the stick. All of those are up to 10. That Stuart will play the snare that comes out of the box that the guys can buy from you. The same snare. There's no modifications. There was a 40th anniversary snare. I was fortunate to get one of those, but what you see with Stuart is all organic. He likes it tuned up. Up.
Oh,
he
yeah.
likes to crank them.
And
He's
he
got
likes
that thing cranked, the rim
Yeah.
shots in there, and
yeah, and he holds the stick in traditional grip, but he threads it through the 4th and 5th finger. So he threads it different.
wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. He'll to get that extra swing,
Yeah.
to get that extra pop on the snare.
Yeah.
For it to cut through from way back in the day, he wanted it to cut through. The original snare was a pearl snare, which I seen. I was fortunate to visit his place, and I saw the snare. I think
Yeah.
he calls it the snare. He has it written on it.
Yeah.
And it was set up with his Tama kit, so it's
Wow.
quite the experience. So he's very intentional.
Yeah.
He's very like a lot of the great guys. They
Sure.
know what works, and they have their, which is nice. they have their signature sound. And
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate that I have Copeland limited signature kit,
For sure.
and
That's
it's
cool.
the same as
Brady, grab a chair, hang out, man.
it's the same as
Yeah.
what he plays.
What he
So
plays.
it's
if you
him.
wanted to call Stuart Copeland right now, could you?
No,
Okay.
no.
If you want to call Stuart Copeland's drum tech.
Yeah, yeah. Jeff's
Jeff's great guy.
Great guy. I mean, you know, these guys were real. They went around back in the day in just a small crew.
Mm-hmm.
They came here to take over and you know.
Oh
play,
yeah, I have
you know.
the police what it was the documentary that Stuart Copeland made because he had that video camera. I've watched it 100 times. That because they really did come over to just take over. Yeah.
and
They were very intentional with it.
Yeah.
That's the magic word.
Intentional.
Intentional.
That might be-
That
there's
might be the
something about-
word of this podcast.
This might be the title.
the one.
Something
Intentional.
About intentional.
But yeah, his sound
approach.
is it's like I say. I'm being honest. It's all up. It's all him.
Yep.
You know, you could throw him any mic you like on it, but you're still going to get
You're
the
gonna get
Stuart
his
sound.
sound.
There's no trickery. I mean, okay, there's a bit of echo on a few things, and there's triggering. I think every breath you take just has a snare trigger, just for authenticity for the song, for the record.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's all Stuart. It's all real. If you watch him tonight
Oh,
on
yeah.
YouTube,
That's it.
it's just drums and cymbals, Stuart.
That's it.
I like all the guys who are like that. Simon Phillips, open tuning,
Yep.
big drums, big. You know, he knows exactly what he wants. I
Yeah.
love those guys.
And he knows how to get it out of those drums. You know,
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
like, get those big old drums, man. You know how to play them.
Yeah, also a
And-
Tama artist. You know.
Yep, for sure.
Yeah.
Tama's freaking the best, dude.
But I mean,
Dude, Iron Cobra is insane. I have, and the whole way down now too. And you know, I've got like a 200 set
Mm-hmm.
with a rolling kit right now. That's what's on there, and it feels great,
Yeah,
plays
I
great.
have
I do want to address the elephant in the room that drummers completely ignore. That the name Iron Cobra is ridiculous. Have you ever said it around a non-drummer?
I've
I've
thought
gotten the
about
weirdest
it.
like Iron Cobra. What? Like a snake?
Yeah.
A cobra is a snake,
And
and,
it's
this is made of
iron.
It's like it's the goofiest name that we
It
casually
really
like.
is.
Oh yeah, an Iron Cobra.
yeah,
Oh,
nobody
yeah.
questions it. Yeah, I
No
think
one
it was the
questions
whole attack thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just have a spring underneath. I think it's the whole
Cobra coil?
Yeah, I think it's all that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a Japanese company, it's
Right.
they're making an amazing pedal.
Yeah,
that-
they should be making them in Texas or something. The
Yeah,
Iron Cobra. you
yeah,
know?
it sounds like a pistol,
Right. Yeah. it
you
does.
know. But they've stuck with it, and I see they have a multicolored one now for the 50th.
That's
Yeah,
right. They
that's-
do.
Yeah, but that's great. You've had that so
Splattered,
yeah.
long.
Yeah, I've had this for
Marble.
a long time, and I do have another Tama pedal. I also have a Yamaha pedal, but this is
Yeah.
my kind of go-to pedal that
Yeah.
I've had for all
I
these
used
years.
to have
man.
a chrome one that was gifted to me.
Yeah, the Chrome
by
Cobra.
by Dale's drum shop.
Yep.
With Dale's.
Oh yeah. That's
One
cool.
of it just real cool. I was visiting and it was
Yeah, man.
there, and I said, "Would you like it?"
Wow.
It was a single chrome Iron Cobra. It just looks. Could put it on
It
your
is
desk.
rad.
It's just a beautiful
Oh,
looking.
absolutely.
beautiful.
You know.
Yeah, we
We've
had
had 'em.
one in a studio for years, and it's just
Yeah,
like wow,
they're just
what a
beautiful.
pedal.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Um,
pedal. We had we just sold a couple years ago when I went to them. Actually, they had limited release of gold ones, so we had a
I
single
remember.
double the gold.
We had
I
a few of
remember.
And
those.
usually when they do that, they make the Cobra like 310 version of it, so it's more accessible.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not the 900 price.
Well, it
It's-
gets expensive. you
it
know.
gets really expensive when you have all the bells and whistles. It gets expensive, but
I
you only
remember
need
this
a couple
thing-
bells to
this was-
really be able to adjust it.
$125 back then. That's how much
yeah.
I remember it
Yeah.
because it was the same price as
And the
Eliminator.
box.
Actually, that's not the original case.
Okay.
Just because the cases are a hard plastic, and the tabs broke over time, so
Oh, yeah,
I
those
just
things-
acquired this one. I think we might have sold one without a case,
Right.
and I was like, well, this is mine now.
They're a good
so.
case though. They
Yeah,
were-
it's a good case. Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
not the original case.
That's great. Iron Cobra.
Iron
Woo!
Cobra.
Books in the Hall of Fame.
It deserves it. It deserves
It
it.
deserves it. It's been it's due time. Due
Yeah.
time for the Cobra.
Excellent.
All right, let's pop into the next segment. Quick question.